start today actually lying down because I want to do some movements on the floor before we get back going. So instead of giving you the choice, let's just go right to our backs. Choose it if you want your legs to be long and straight in front of you, or if it feels better to put your feet flat on the floor, knees bent. Settle in. Notice if your breath is coming in through your mouth or your nose. See if you can shift that to your nose. Notice the breath getting a little bit deeper. Allow your body to just feel like it's getting heavy and relaxing down into the mat. Let your knees fall all the way to the left. Draw them back up to center and let the knees fall all the way to the right. Let's take our arms and open them wide like airplane wings. And as you let the knees just gently move to the right and to the left, see if you can keep your shoulders soft and relaxed on the floor. Allowing the big stretch to just start to emerge from the armpit all the way down the side body, down the leg to the knee. Let knees come back up to the center and cross your right leg over your left leg, and then do the same kind of twist. Don't let it go as deep as it did before, but notice how you've got a slightly different line of muscles activated. Come back to center, uncross that right leg, cross the left leg over the right, and allow those knees to drop side to side again. Getting that nice side line of the body working. Sweet. Bring everything back up to center, uncross the legs. Feet walk into the hips. Fingertips come down to the hip crease. Little bridge poses, pressing those hips up to the sky, lengthening out the hip flexor on the front body, and then deepening the crease of that hip flexor as the hips go back down to the floor. Reaching up, relaxing down. Move with control, move with smoothness. Let your breath invite the hips to rise, and control, exhale, smoothly dropping the hips back to the floor. Sweet. Now begin to let that movement happen with your arms in motion. So as hips lift, arms can reach up above your head. Hips and hands can settle at the same time. Feel the breath just sweep all the way up the front side of the body. Like you're filling it up every time you inhale and open the chest to the sky. Open the hips to the sky. Last one. Settle it back down. Cross your right ankle now over your left thigh. Press that right leg away from you, opening up that hip. Soften the shoulders and the back of the neck. You're going to use your lower body, your core, your legs to do this work. So as your neck and shoulders stay rested, you lift off the left foot. Draw the legs in towards the chest. Breathe. 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 Settle down the left foot, reach the right toes up to the ceiling, pull the toes back down towards you, twist the foot, twist the leg in the hip socket. Nice. Hands can reach in behind that thigh, gently draw the leg in towards your chest, release it, gently draw it in again, release it. Setting that foot down. Let's cross the left leg over the right thigh. Push that left bent leg open and away from you. Feel that in the outside edge of the hip. Notice if there's any sort of tweaking, pressing, bracing in the upper body. Release that even as you continue to press through the left leg. Take one more conscious look at your neck, shoulders, and back to keep them relaxed and soft. And then lift the right foot off the floor. Breathe into that hip stretch you're feeling. Every exhale, perhaps softening that upper body, relaxing it into the floor, directing the work to go downward, down to the core, down to the legs. Setting that right foot on the floor, reach the heel up to the ceiling, left heel. Twist that leg in the sky. Opening right and left. Yeah. And then set the foot down on the floor. Good. Both knees can come into your chest. You choose, do you need to do small little circles on your low back? Would you like to rock right and left? Or are you ready to rock head to tail? Crossing your ankles, letting your hands slide behind the thighs, rolling your spine from tailbone to crown. Whichever way you've chosen, do 3 more movements and then come to seated. When you get to that sitting position, cross your legs. Sit bones ground down, spine is tall, roll the shoulders down your back. Take your chin over to one shoulder, draw it back to center, stretch it towards the opposite shoulder. Bring it back to center, hands placed down, right hand lands on the floor, left hand does a big side bend. Inhale back up and through, right arm helps you side bend. Breathe in and breathe out. Allow yourself to just move from side to side. Yeah. That side body opening feels really good today. And then coming all the way back up to center, let your hands drop down beside you. Good. So then these legs can stretch right out in front of you. Sit tall. Hands come all the way up towards the sky, and then we reach towards the toes. Inhale back up. Exhale, plant your hands behind you. Inhale, hips rise. Exhale, they sit down. Breathe in, hands to sky. Breathe out, hands to toes. Breathe in, hands to sky. Breathe out, hands plant. Breathe in, hips lift. Breathe out, set them down. Flow through that again, hands to sky. Fold forward. Inhale up. Plant hands. Lift hips. Settle down one more time. All the way up. Deep fold forward. All the way up. Hands press down. Hips lift. Good work. Bring those hips down. And then draw one knee in, let it open to the side, heel, shin, that same hand of your bent knee, because mine will be my left knee, so left hand is reaching back behind me, and then open up into a side bend. It's like we're doing our gate pose, our side plank, but a little bit of an angle. Stretch through the fingers, reach through the heel, open the side body up to the ceiling, press your hips forward and up. Exhale and bring that down. Good. Straighten the leg that you had bent, bend the opposite knee, let it open to the side, heel, bent shin, backhand, poke the side ribs, the side body up to the ceiling. Reach through the fingers, stretch through the heel. Breathe. Press that side body all the way up to the sky. Nice work. Exhale and let yourself come down. Soles of the feet go on the mat. Spine lifts nice and tall. So this is kind of our default position here, but we are going to lengthen all the way through the back body. Roll the shoulders down the back. Let your hands slide in behind your thighs. Keep spine straight. Come into whatever version you need for your boat today. Breathe. Now, check your neck, soften your neck, relax your shoulders. Let those arms extend out. Choose if the shins want to lift a little higher. Keep your breath flowing, smooth in the body. Breathe. Relax the neck. Breathe. Good work. Crisscross as you come down and roll all the way over to your hands and knees. Nice work. Fingers are spread wide. You're on fists if you have any wrist issues today. Cat and cow. Cat and cow. Beautiful. Sweep your breath up and down your spine. Invite that sweet movement. Do big circles with the spine. Like you're churning the torso inside of a cement truck. Go the other way. Sweet. Hands walk one big hand distance ahead of you. Good. Hips come forward. Now, shoulders roll away from ears as you let hips settle to floor. Coming back up to tabletop. Toes can touch. Stretch back, hips to heels. Come back to center. Roll the shoulders away as the hips sink forward, coming all the way up. Sink back. Forward on the inhale. Down on the exhale. Back to mid-ground. Sweep hips back all the way through. Everyone meet back into tabletop, walking those hands back underneath the shoulders. Notice if your hands can be spread wide, index finger and thumb anchored. Let's curl the back toes under. And then let the hips lift. Keep the knees really bent to start. Poke the sit bones up to the sky. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Feel the head fall an extra inch out of the spine. Paddle those heels. Breathe. 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 Okay, this one's a bit harder. Take your left foot, let it kind of plant. Right foot is going to stretch underneath your body and then reach it over to the left. Right hand can plant, left hand lifts. Bring it down, slide that foot back. Same thing other side. We take the left foot, we take it underneath the body, stretch it towards the right, and then lift the right hand. Good work. Hand comes down, feet Land, paddle them out. Gaze to your thumbs, knees bend deeply, walk feet to hands. Tabletop the back. Exhale and release. Hands come all the way up to the sky. And then deep forward fold. Lengthen the back body. Stretch through the crown of the head. Breathe here. Just breathe into the backs of the legs. Create distance from the pubic bone all the way to the collarbones, but keep the chin soft, the neck relaxed. Your fingers can tent on the floor here, or you can bring them to your shins. Breathe. Shoulders pull away from ears. Feel the back body contract, pulling the shoulders up towards the ceiling, broadening across the front side of your body. Beautiful. Nice work. Okay, stay here or bend your knees to get fingers tented on the floor. Take your right foot, step it to the outside of the left foot. So it's almost like your pinky toes are on the same side of the foot, not quite touching. And then just fold forward there. Feel that stretch down the leg. Breathe. Breathe. Release that right leg. Your knees are bent enough that you can take the left foot to the outside of the right foot. Allow your head to drop off. Feel that stretch in through the hip and the leg. Breathe. Your hands can be on shins, piece of furniture, the floor, doesn't matter. Breathe. Untangle. Feet come together, knees bend deeply. Inhale, fingers go all the way up to the sky. Dropping hands to heart. Stepping back with the right foot. Heel presses down into the floor, left knee bends. Good. Breathe. Inhale, fingers come all the way up to the sky. Exhale, pull the shoulders down and away from the ears. Breathe. Push through the back heel. Reach through the top. Nice. Nice. Good. Straighten the front leg. Let your hands drop down to your heart. Lengthen through the crown of your head and let yourself fold forward over a straight front leg. Relax the chin. Gaze to that front big toe. Stretch the front body. Feel that same half fold, that same tabletop contraction of the back body, broadening of the collarbones. Drop your hands to the front shin. Left hand to low back, twist. So good. Drop your hands right back down to that front shin. Inhale, come all the way up. You're going to sweep your right hand back behind you. I'll move so you can see me. And then kick into pyramid, into triangle. Reach through the front fingers. Reach, reach, reach. Nice. Bottom hand drops to the inside of the leg. Top fingers open to the ceiling. Beautiful. Stretch through the fingertips. Open the chest. Breathe deep. Find your wingspan. Push firm into the feet. Move from the hips, okay? Press those hips back to center. Hands can release down. Step to the front edge of your mat. Inhale, fingers to sky. Exhale, deep forward fold. Inhale, long, flat back. Exhale, release and relax. Breathe into the sky. And the left foot steps back, hands drop to heart. Drop into your front knee. Raise hands to sky. Roll shoulders down your back, reaching through front knee, pressing through back heel. Breathe. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nice work. Hands drop to heart, straightening the front leg. Lengthen the spine. Let the hips guide you into a forward fold. Keep the chin soft. You're long from pubic bone to collarbone, but then the chin is relaxed. You're not trying to pull the chin away from your hips. Just the shoulders. Yeah, breathe there. Just feel that nice stretch in through the legs. Keep the front body long, parallel to the floor. Breathe. Firm press into the feet. Pull all the way up. The left hand sweeps back behind you. Kick the hips to the back edge of your mat. Reach through the front hand. We're going to triangle. Good work. Bottom hand falls. Top hand rises. Open your chest. Pull the hips forward. Stretch through from the tailbone to the crown of your head. Breathe into your wingspan, into your fingertips. So good. Nice work. Firm, firm press into the feet. Use your back hip to bring everything back to center. Exhale, your hands can drop down. Step that back foot forward. Bring hands to sky. Deep forward fold. Hands to shins, long, flat back. Deep exhale, forward, plant your hands. Take a step back with one foot then the other. Draw the shoulders down the back, lengthen into that plank. Choose if you're dropping knees or forearms to the ground. Breathe here, lengthening. Push through the heels, stretch to the crown of your head. Good. Slowly lower down, allow your elbows to graze the side ribs, plant the body, uncurl the toes. Roll the shoulders down and away from your ears, let your gaze be to the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. No pressure into the palms. Use the core, use the back body. Keep the gaze downward to let the neck stay relaxed. And every inhale, little back bend. Every exhale, a controlled release back to the floor. Okay, come all the way down and then just take your hands wide down beside you. On your inhale, lift the toes and the backs of your palms. Breathe. Breathe through the fingertips. Breathe through the toes. Gazing down, feeling your limbs just be lifted up as if they're being suctioned to the sky. Breathe. Beautiful. Hands come down. Crisscross them under your forehead. Lift the feet so your knees are bent. And then just sway your legs back and forth. Soften through the low back. Breathe. Hands come beside your chest. Toes release to the floor. Press to tabletop. Orient yourself there. Back toes curl under, downward dog. Play with your down dog. Shoulders pull away. Good. Gaze to your thumbs. Let's walk feet to hands. Tabletop. And release. Hands come all the way up to the sky. Dropping them to your heart. Stepping back. This time let's lunge with our right foot back. So heel stays lifted. Just spend some time, hands to hips, pushing through that back heel, allowing your hips to play with dropping towards the floor. Feel that nice stretch through that right hip flexor as you let yourself lower. Nice. Find the spot as you reach through the back heel. Hands can come to heart. Now, slowly we'll just reach right elbow towards left knee and then come back up again. So it's a hard balance. I want you to go slow. And as you turn that elbow, try not to drop the right hip. Super hard. Breathe. Yeah. Let those hips sink. Back to center. Good. Now, back toes, press off. Step that foot forward. Go with the other side. Drop into the front knee. Same thing here. Let's just spend some time pushing through the back heel, reaching through that front knee, feeling the nice stretch through the hips. find your position. Left elbow to right knee without that left hip bone coming with you. So just find the slow, smooth movement. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Good. Coming back, bend into those knees, back foot steps all the way forward. Yeah, wiggle out your hips a little bit. We'll take a side body stance, opening your legs wide. We're going to do a forward fold here. So if you want to forward fold and let your hands rest on a chair, go ahead. If you're going to rest them on a block or a stool, fine. You also might just take your hands right to the floor. Nice long spine. Deep forward fold. Let your hands rest on whatever feels appropriate and right. Find the nice stretch of your feet. Know how far apart they feel. Good. Bend into one leg. Come back up to center. Bend into the other leg. Good. Nice. Back and forth. And then bring both legs to straight. Walk your hands towards the right leg. Maybe they'll be up here on the thigh, maybe the calf, maybe the toes. Stretch through that left arm with just a little bit of extra effort. Breathe. Bring the right hand up to the low back and begin to lift the right shoulder. And then slide that hand back down. Walk your hands to the opposite foot. Stretch. Pull that right hand a little bit deeper. Feel the circular stretch going up the left leg. Cross the back, down the right arm. Left hand can lift. Shoulder reaches open. Beautiful. And that hand slides down. Both fingers come down towards the floor. Now bend your knees deeply. I want you to heel step the feet back almost wider than hip width, toes point open. And now bring your hands to the floor if they aren't. And then just begin to slide your bum down and straighten the legs and slide the bum down and straighten the legs. So there's lots of options here. If you're going to go into a full squat, your elbows can press to the insides of your knees. Hands come together, lifting the spine tall. If that full squat needs to be here with your elbows resting on your thighs, hands pressed together as palms, stay there. Good. Either one of those poses, just let yourself sway a little bit, right and left. Good work. Good work. Nice. Fingertips come down into the floor, bum comes up to the sky, heel step the feet back together, hands to shins, long flat back. Exhale, fold. Breathe fingers right up to the sky. And drop hands to heart. Nice work. Find the soles of your feet. Notice that prana moving in your body. Step into left foot. Right knee begins to rise. Shoulders stay relaxed. Yeah. Right knee rises up in front of you. Good. Now extend the toes. Pull them back towards you. Let the sole of your foot lift a little higher. Breathe. One more time, higher. Breathe. One more time. We're just imagining it right now. Go higher. Good. Bend that knee again. Hover there. Open the knee out to the side. Left hip stays still. Right leg's pulling open. Breathe. Come back to center. Left fingers to the end of the right knee. Right hand opens behind you. Start to turn the body. Gaze if you like to the side wall. Choose if you want your gaze to go to your back fingers. Nice work. So as you come forward, last one, if you want, take a warrior 3. Allow that foot to reach back behind you, stretching long. Your hands can stay at your heart center. They can open like airplane wings, or they can extend out in front of you. Breathe. Hands to heart. Stand down. Steady your breath. Slow your heart rate. Let your weight balance evenly between both those feet. Be ready for the other side. Soften shoulders and neck. Right foot stays connected. Left knee bends. Yeah. Left knee comes up in front of you. Toes extend. Foot pulls back. Breathe and lift. Breathe and lift. Breathe and pretend to lift. Ha. Just let the knee bend. Good. Right hand holds hip. Left palm helps you direct that leg open to the side. Breathe. There's 2 things happening here. Strength down the standing leg and an opening trying to happen in that left hip socket. Breathe. Nice work. As knee comes back to center, let's take the right fingers to the end of that knee. Left hand extends back behind you. Turn your gaze to the side. Choose if your gaze wants to go all the way to those back fingers. Breathe. Nice work. As you release, bring hands to heart. Start to stretch those left toes back behind you. Fold only as far forward as your balance and control have got you. Choose if you're opening your arms out to the side, leaving them at heart center, or extending them forward. Couple breaths. Hands back to heart, back foot joins the right on the floor. Nice work. Good. Feet open just a little bit wider. And we go into goddess pose. So the knees track outward over top of the toes. You only go as far as you don't feel any clicking or grating in the knees. Bring those hands up. Melt your back into an imaginary wall behind you. Back of the skull, back of the shoulders. Feel the wrists, the hips, the thighs as if they want to reach into that imaginary wall. Breathe. 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 Yeah. Pull those thighs from center, outward open. Nice work. Nice work. Hands come all the way up to the ceiling. And exhale, come to center. Heel step your feet back together, bringing them hip width apart, touching if you want to test your balance. Inhale, hands to sky, clasp them, side bend. Inhale up, clasp them, side bend. One more time each side. Right and left. All the way up. Hands come down. Good work. Now if feet aren't touching, bring them to touch. Imagine the exercise where we put the block between our thighs. If you have a block, grab it. Hands touch pelvis. Our hip flexor bends as our knees reach out in front of us. Our back slides down that imaginary wall. Shoulders relax. Chin is soft. Good work. Good work. Let those arms Stretch up in front of you, squeeze the thighs together. Sledgehammer off that imaginary shelf, weighing your low back down. Get rid of it. Feel the burn in the legs. Practice your chair. Breathe. 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 Good. Inhale, fingers come all the way up to ceiling. Exhale for a nice deep forward fold. Breathe long and flat into the back. Nice work. Sweet. Let's go down. Bend into the knees. Hands plant. Step back to plank. Drop down. Knees will open. Toes touch. Stretch back into a child's pose as far as it feels good to go. You are welcome to do this with hips in the air as well. A twist takes the right hand underneath the left armpit. Your gaze is left. You're softening the right shoulder to the floor and at the same time pulling the left hip toward the sit bone. Breathe. After this breath, plant left hand, draw back up, plant right hand sweeps under, left shoulder releases to floor, side of the head presses into the mat, relax, release right arm, left shoulder to floor, right hip to heel. Feel that nice length that you create diagonally across the back body. Inhale and come all the way up. Nice work. Press into palms, back to hands and knees. Knees come underneath hips. Sweep the feet to the side. You're coming to your back body. We'll do a couple twists. Lowering that back body down to the ground. Nice work. Right knee comes into chest. Give it a squeeze. I want you to squeeze and release it a couple times. And do the same with the left side. Knee comes to chest. Squeeze and release that couple times. Good. Both knees draw in towards the chest. Let the soles of the feet lift to the ceiling. Your choice. Hands can hold behind thighs. Grab and pull calves down. Or reach for inner arches. Whatever your choice with your hold. Drop shoulders down to the ground and open up the front body. So you're lengthening the tailbone down towards the mat. As you lengthen the shoulders down towards the mat. Breathe. Releasing. Bring the soles of the feet together. Put them on the floor. Let the knees open wide. Knees releasing out to the floor. Hands do like a cactus pose, wherever the elbows and the knuckles can rest. Just notice your body lying flat on the floor. Even extended here, just flat, 180 degrees. Notice if your body has any sense of doing a back bend. Notice if there's any extra arch in the low back. If your head feels like it's tipped too excessively towards the floor. If the front of your chest is giving you an indication that there's a lot of opening happening there. Yeah, sometimes we even feel like a back bend is actually just flat. Prop yourself up now with any pillow. Choose whatever final position you might need. I'm just going to guide you for 2 minutes through your body. To do that all essential check-in. Stretch into whatever position you want to finish in. Legs can be up a wall. Knees can be bent. You can be curled on your side. Notice the breath coming in and out of your body. Feel that expansion spread from the lungs all the way to the tips of fingers and toes. And feel your exhale just sweep everything back to the lungs, releasing on the outward breath. Notice the current of energy, the flow of prana, your connection to your physical body. Come to your mind. Notice if you're anxious to get going, if you're perfectly content, if you're ready for a nap, or you're infused with energy. There are no right or wrong answers. There's no judgment happening here. You're just gathering data. You are a witness to your own experience. Move to your heart center. Check what's there today. Again, compassion, no judgment. You're not here to make changes or let your ego boss the other pieces of you around. You're here to acknowledge the truth of what is today. Deep, beautiful breath in. Choose if that exhale wants to slide out your nose or your mouth. Take a nice big stretch if you like. If you want to stay here and just practice Shavasana, practice jumping off from a physical work to a meditation, it's a great segue. And if you're ready to come up, whatever small movements need to happen. So good. Thank you. Namaste, everyone.